All right, guys, it's Jason Medley with iVisionary Financial Solutions. Bringing this, I've been telling you guys about this for about 2 or 3 days now. We're going to be doing an interview today with a BPO agent. We're not going to be using her name to protect her privacy. I want to let you know that she does have about 16 years of real estate experience, so she has been doing this for a very, very long time. I'm not bringing you somebody that's just gotten into the game, and I'm hoping that she's going to shed a lot of light on probably the most important factor that's in a short sale. It's a very open forum. You guys have emailed your questions in. I'm not some polished guru. I'm in my office right now holding a camera in my hand, filming myself before I turn it around. The thing that I want to stress to you all is that know what BPO stands for. Think about it for a second. Broker's Price Opinion, okay? It's very important that you understand it is an opinion of value. It's no different than if you went to see 2 doctors for, if you hurt your ankle, one doctor might tell you that you need to have surgery and another might tell you that you don't. So please understand and that it is an opinion. At the same time, that's what gives you the potential power to have a sway there, for lack of a better term. There are homes, depending upon their quality, their location, where when you look at normal guidelines of what lenders are looking for from an appraisal or BPO standpoint, typically 6 months, within 6 months, within a mile radius, okay, they can be all over the board, depending upon neighborhood to neighborhood, age, style, everything, okay? Those variances are what create opportunity or, at the same time, take away opportunity from you. Okay, so again, emphasis, understand it's an opinion. It is not some factual matter. You could get 2 BPOs done, 3 BPOs done. They're all going to be different. Okay, so excuse I'm looking at notes here. Like I told you guys, I'm not some polished guru. You guys already know that. Most of you have appreciated that I'm just laid back and down to earth. I'm not trying to pretend somebody that I'm not. So I want to tell you guys too that nothing that we're doing today is to be misconstrued. It's not advice of any sort. It's just opening up of the mind of somebody who does what is very, very important to what we do. Okay. Again, 16 years of experience. I've printed up questions that I've gotten from you guys over the last 3 days, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to start from here. I'm going to read the questions. Some of them I'll be helping answer. Other than that, we're just going to open it up and take it from there. So, all right, there she is, Mrs. X. We've been teasing her a little bit because she said she had to go run and fix her hair in the bathroom and everything. I told her she's just naturally beautiful, but the reason I can kid with her like that, guys, is that I have known our BPO agent here for probably, I guess, 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. Probably 4 or 5 years now. So we have a good relationship. So I'm razzing her a little bit, but we're gonna stop the razzing and get straight to the point, get to the meat on the bone, and just start asking questions. So one question that we have from Jerry. And Jerry is in Orlando. He asks, does the current list price on the home have any bearing on the price, on the BPO price?
I'd say yes. With some companies, you've got to remember there's going to be a variance. Depending on the company that you're doing the BPO for, their software in many times can mandate how much you can vary from that list price. Okay. One company in particular that I do BPOs for, if I try to show that the BPO should come in lower than the list price, it will flag me. It won't even let me save it. It'll flag me continuously until I agree with the listing agent.
Okay.
So, others, if you vary from the listing price, they will want substantial, why did you do this? Substantiate your opinion versus this listing agent. Okay. So that could be actually, as you and I have talked about and thought through, that could be manipulated in a couple of ways.
Okay. Definitely take that answer to heart there, because I can tell you that there are a lot of agents in our marketplace who don't know or understand short sales, and they will often try and list at whatever's owed on the property just to try and make the seller whole, because they don't really know where to start. That is based upon what we're hearing today. can be a problem because the agents that hire out the BPO agent, the I guess you'd call them clearinghouses between the lender and the actual BPO agent, they have guidelines and rules that they set in place as far as if you vary a certain amount away from the listing price, you pretty much need to cough up a good answer to why that is. So if you've got a high, jacked up listing price, for lack of a better term, then that is definitely going to have an influence on the BPO value.
And what a BPO agent will do, one of the things that we've talked about is there is a grading system on most of these software packages that is grading the BPO agent. And if you want to stick with your value and vary away from it, then you're going to get points taken away, which goes into your overall scheme and grade as an agent and your ranking in getting future BPOs.
Okay.
So it really, if you're a BPO that's just going through and wanting to get additional, you want to keep your grade point average high, if you want to think of it in those terms, you're going to go the easy route. You're going to stay with whatever that listing agent has, because to buck the system is not going to do anything to benefit you. It's only going to hurt you.
So there are times when, as an agent, you feel that a value may be a little lower, but if at the same time you're doing this to obviously for an income source, that's
right.
So sometimes you find yourself in a position where you're like, well, I want to keep my grade good with the company who is the third party intermediary, so I just gotta get it done the way they want it done.
You go the easiest route.
Right. Okay. The second question that we have, again, this is from Jerry in Orlando, is if the listing agent or someone meets you at the property with comps and a list of repair items on the home, do you take that into consideration when completing your BPO?
Okay, again, let's talk about this. This is an opinion, and everybody's is going to vary. It's no different than possibly working with an appraiser or anybody else. I personally, yes. To me, some of the homework's already been done. Now, I'm pretty knowledgeable of the industry, and if it's a little bit higher than it needs to be, like I'm sorry, that was my phone, not his. He was looking
we were all scrambling, guys.
We were scrambling for phones. If I look and they've got, it needs a new AC unit, for example, and they've got it way overpriced, I'm going to take that into consideration as well. I want it to be valid. Mm-hmm. And not look like I am taking anybody else's inflated prices and adding it into the repairs. But for me personally, it's a lot of the legwork's been done. Here's another opportunity to look at what they feel like the repairs are and what the repairs would cost, and it saves me. Is the way I look at it.
Okay.
As well as if they want to hand me comps. I'll even walk in and ask if the agent is there and the owner is there anything you want to show me or tell me about the property?
Right. And a point that I want to reiterate on that is that, like for example, I have a home that we're working on right now where the sprinkler system is dysfunctional. It does not dysfunctional, it's unfunctional, okay? That's not something that a BPO agent is going to walk through a property and see and know to diminish value from, because that's just not something, you don't run around and check that kind of stuff. That's more along the lines of a home inspection. Right. So there are things that you want to point out. You do want to point out. At the same time, you want to remain professional and not be like a pit bull. Oh, come here, let me show you this and let me show you that. You want to be casual. You want to remain professional, and you don't want to give off a perceived sense of desperateness. So.
Well, I think you kind of have to work with the personality of the agent that's meeting you there.
Right.
If the agent, it's like anything else you do. If you can establish a little bit of rapport, mm-hmm. instead of just jumping right in and jamming it down their throat, you'll see if the openness is there. And if it isn't, then, you need to probably open that conversation up. But for me, I guess I look at it, I don't know if I look at it different or I look at it like most BP agents, or maybe I look at it like the better BP agents should look at it, in my opinion, and that is the more information that I can glean and take back and make the bank aware of, the better. Mm-hmm. Like you said, I would have never known about that sprinkler system.
Right. And that's the thing that I want to express to you guys. We've talked about opinions. I also want to talk about personalities, okay? Everybody has a different personality. Some people are very strict. They're like little Doberman pinchers and would get out, and just they got nasty little personalities and they're mad at the world and they just want to get done and get out of the way. And there are other people who are personable, who you may be able to strike a bond with in a short period of time, who may be receptive to what you're saying. So there's really no rhyme or reason or some breakthrough secret that we're going to present to you today that's going to